What if everything Juliette believes is a lie? She remembers nothing, she trusts the wrong people, and every single day, she's willingly taking the very thing that's keeping the truth locked inside her mind. By the end of Silo Season 3 Episode 1, we don't just learn that Juliette lost her memory. We discover that someone is making sure she never gets it back, but that's only half the mystery. Because hundreds of years before Juliette's story, another woman wakes up with the exact same problem. Coincidence or the first clue to how the silos were really created? Let's break it all down. After an 18-month wait, Silo finally returns with one of its most mysterious episodes yet. Instead of answering every question left behind by Season 2, Episode 1 creates an even bigger mystery. The episode begins 3 months after Juliette returned to Silo 18, and from the very first scene something feels wrong. Juliette is alive, she's now the mayor. Everyone treats her like the hero who saved the silo. But there's one huge problem, she doesn't remember becoming that hero. At first the show wants us to believe Juliette simply suffered memory loss after surviving the fire. Honestly, that explanation sounds believable. She survived an explosion, smoke, extreme heat, and almost died. Anyone would expect trauma after something like that, but little by little, the episode quietly proves that trauma isn't the real reason. The biggest clue appears almost immediately. Every morning Juliette is given what she's told are vitamins. Nothing seems suspicious, until the ending reveals those pills aren't vitamins at all. They're medication designed to suppress her memories. That completely changes how we see every scene in the episode. Suddenly, Juliette isn't recovering naturally. She's being controlled. Every conversation, every explanation, every decision has been carefully designed to keep her from remembering what really happened outside the silo. And that's exactly where Camille enters the picture. Throughout the episode, Camille constantly reassures Juliette whenever she becomes confused. She explains away every strange flashback. She tells Juliette she's safe. She convinces her that everything she's remembering is just trauma. But by the final act, we realize Camille isn't helping Juliette recover, she's helping her stay confused. The biggest confirmation comes when Camille secretly communicates with the mysterious algorithm. After noticing Juliette's memories slowly returning, the algorithm orders Camille to increase her medication. That moment confirms something terrifying. The people controlling the silo are actively monitoring Juliette's mind, because if she remembers what she saw outside, their entire system could collapse, and that's exactly why Robert's lie becomes so important. Earlier in the episode, Robert tells Juliette that Bernard died during the fire because his suit failed. It's a believable story, until the episode quietly reveals the truth. Through a flashback, we see Bernard actually survived. Instead, Robert kills him himself. Afterward, Camille even asks whether Robert stuck to the script. That single line changes everything. It tells us Bernard's death wasn't an accident. It was part of a carefully planned cover-up. And Juliette has been living inside that fake story ever since she woke up. Even the so-called evidence shown to Juliette can't be trusted. When she begins wondering whether she entered another silo during her journey outside, Camille immediately shows her supposed helmet footage. According to that video, Juliette never entered another silo. She simply found supplies inside a nearby shelter before returning home. On the surface, Juliette accepts the explanation, but the episode subtly shows she doesn't truly believe it. Her instincts keep fighting against the story she's being told, and that's where the crowbar memories become incredibly important. Every time Juliette experiences another flashback, pieces of her real journey begin returning. She remembers breaking into another structure. She remembers using a crowbar. She remembers details that shouldn't exist if Camille's version of events were true. The medication may be slowing her memories, but it isn't destroying them completely. And that becomes the biggest threat facing the people secretly controlling Silo 18.